Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. Happy Friday. This broadcast is for demonstration, educational purposes only. It's important to know that I'm not offering any type of trading advice here today. I am not a licensed trade advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. You could lose your entire account. All right, happy Friday, everybody. We made it. It is Friday, September 19th. And before we get too far into this broadcast, let's look at the Forex Factory. Last thing in the world we want today is an unpleasant surprise, right? Ever had any of them? Let's see. Today at 8:30 a.m. in Canada, they had a couple of reports come out, but I don't see anything here in the U.S. that's going to affect this broadcast, this trading session. Let's take a quick look at what happened overnight prior to us starting this broadcast. Here's midnight. It looks like we continue to take a little bit of a leg up here, starting at the London Open. Asian Open went down, took a little bit of a dip. Asian session, London Open, London session, headed back up. Let's take a look at the E-mini. And I ran some performance reports prior to this broadcast, so I'm going to go over, do a look back, not only of this week, but we're going to do this month, and we're going to look back a couple of months and see if we can find anything, any tidbits of information that would be of value to us. Um, well, to give you a hint of what I found, this chart here of the ES8U scalper is something to keep an eye on. This ES8U scalper has very quietly been doing very well on my computer. So let's take a look at what the S&P did. Looks just like the NASDAQ, just on a kind of a smaller scale. During the Asian session, it took some candles down, and then once the London Open came, it's taking another leg up. So we are set up for longs on both the E-mini and the NASDAQ. If today's your first day joining us, we're showcasing our automated bots here at Right Line Trading. My name's Rory, and again, we run these bots through the entire session, starting last night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Normally, we let them run 23 hours a day, Monday through Friday. On Sunday, we kick it on 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Unfortunately, today, these have only been running since about 7 or 7:30. I forgot last night. I restarted my computer and I didn't have them running overnight. So in the short time that they have been running, my Steven on the 8U is at the top of my leaderboard. The ES8U Scalper Leapfrog is on there too. Now I'm going to give away what I've learned because I think it's useful. Let's look at the top 5 for this week so far. If you notice my number one bot this week, it is the ES8U Scalper. Now going back and looking at a month's worth of data from August 19th to September 19th, number 2 is the Leapfrog, the same ES8U Leapfrog with over $3,700 in profits. If I do almost a 2-month look back, look who's in at number 2 with $4,900, the ES8U Scalper Leapfrog. Okay, so that is a bot that is showing some consistency. That ES8U Scalper. I always like to see before I trade anything, how much risk am I going to take? So if I load up that ES8U scalper, the drone, which has the static inputs, 30 ticks of risk, 30 times 1250. So we're looking at between $400 and $500 if we take a loser. It does have the Leapfrog integration. Every single one of our bots, you can add the Leapfrog. I talk to members every day on the phone, and they always ask me, how do I put that Leapfrog in some of these other bots? They really like it. Under the trade management parameters, you can put that Leapfrog in. I usually like to let it match my profit target window. If my profit target window is 16, I'll make it 16. For the ES, since it's 1250 a tick, we could be a little more conservative and do a 10 tick Leapfrog. That would be the offset, 2.5 points. And man, RJ, first I want to say good morning. Good morning, Khurshid. Katie, good morning. Good to see you. Rodney, good morning. Happy Friday. RJ gave some great dynamite information. I just noticed it. I can't wait to read it a little closer. In our Discord, we got a really great community on Discord, and we have a channel called the Strategy Collaboration Channel. The Strategy Collaboration Channel, and RJ, who does a really great job of providing excellent information and quantifying it and illustrating it, put just a gold mine of information regarding the market internals, some of the different conditions that he uses, the triggers that enter a trade, some really dynamite information. When you have a chance over the weekend, take a look in the Strategy Collaboration channel. And RJ took the time to, as he does many times, to really quantify what he was talking about yesterday. Okay, I'm going to just prepare. It's the market just opened. Good luck, everybody. I'm going to make sure under tools that my ETP trade copier is connected, which it is. So now I know I can go to my trade copier here on the accounts, account groups, accounts, and I can go ahead, oops, and enable this. I want to fold up this, come here, and now I can flip the switch as soon as I'm ready. I'm just going to wait for the market to settle down. Very tempting to keep an eye on Steven. We're going to keep an eye on Steven. We're going to keep an eye on that ES8U Leapfrog. Let's see if we can end the week on a positive note here. We got some upside resistance on our 30 range. Look at all of those plots. Pivots. Okay, we have an area of resistance right about 24,781. Steven is back in. Let's take a look at Steven. Steven is our bot that runs on an 8-unit Renko. We're getting a retracement on our 20U. Steven got faked out and went long. Well, maybe it was the right call. Nice retracement on this 20U back to the 50 and a continuation up into the trend. Let's see if it continues up. Good morning, Tom. Thanks for joining us. A little bit further of a pullback. Oh, what I did was I added my signal C trigger. This oscillator you see on the bottom of my chart, that's the exponential oscillator. That blue line is our trigger line. We need it to pull through it and then back down for signal C to trigger. Just missed it on that entry, on that move right there. Took a long right here when it broke the blue line. This could be a signal C short right here. Oh. Well, you just get the feeling this market is going to tumble today, but we don't go on gut feelings. Retirement plan's another one that's pretty much slipped through my radar that I found was a recurring winner, a consistent winner has been that retirement plan. That's the bot that trades the Nasdaq, excuse me, on a 2-minute bar. We'll go over the results. Let's see if we can get a trade or two in first. If you're joining us today, thank you. It is Friday, September 19th. And if you're with us today, that's the good news. Hallelujah. God is good. Any day above ground, I would call it a good day. Started off on the right track. Where is my ES8U chart? Don't like this price action. Nothing doing. I lost my ES8U, but I'm going to find it. Maybe that's it all the way over there. Yep. Well, even if you're in a submarine, if you woke up, it's a good day. Never thought of that, Mark. Okay, nothing doing, nothing doing. We got a retracement on the E-mini as well. Price is right at the VWAP on the E-mini. It'll be interesting to see what happens if this 20U finally does come to the 50. Does it break through and put us into a short, looking for a short entry, or does it bounce and continue up? Momentum is headed south, down. You can see my RSI line declining on the 20U, pinned on the 30 range. Looking for a multi-time frame alignment of trend here. I'm looking in the corner of my eye at the E-mini. The E-mini's bouncing off the VWAP. Gold took a big leg up. Let's see if this market finds a direction. Okay, here we go. We're going to test resistance again. Mack truck is in long. Antonio. That upside resistance is going to filter out these entries here until we break through it. We're going to patiently wait for our opportunity. I see my leaderboard. There's nothing that's really gaining any traction. The top bot is up 125 bucks. I'm not missing out on anything. That can change very quickly, very quickly. So we've got a really nice diversity of not only instruments, but time frames that we trade them on. We have 4 different triggers, and we're looking for one that finds the ebb and flow of this market. And just like the cream rises to the top, the best performing bot will rise to the top of our leaderboard. Gold is taking another leg up. Let me see where my gold bot is doing. It's down 40 bucks, but man, it took a beautiful long trade. Look at this long entry the gold took on gold. Took it, rode it all the way up here. Choppy, choppy, choppy market. Ranging, choppy market. Oh, you get the feeling gold is going to pop long. Hey, Duke. Duke's in Boulder. Oh man, Colorado, what a beautiful state. You know, coming from Florida, you go to Colorado and you're like, wow. You know, you feel like you're closer to God with those mountains. You know, the biggest mountain we have here in Miami is we have where they do the garbage. They build a big mountain of garbage. They got all the vultures flying over it. Other than that, we're a very flat state. So our leaderboard's non-existent, which is really telling us something, isn't it? 48 in Denver. Wow. No, Okeechobee. Yeah, you're right. That's where the landfill, that's what they call it, the landfill. Denver's, man, I tell you, I love Colorado. We used to go snow skiing in Aspen Vale. Good memories. Good morning, Stephen A. in the house. Thanks for joining us today, Stephen. Good to see you. We're going to be doing a live presentation today at 1 o'clock on these AI automated bots. I'm going to put a registration link in the room here in just a few minutes. I got my mind on my money right now. Yes, Duke. You know, you reminded me. I saw your message in Discord. I said, huh, let me look around for RJ's input. And I finally found it in the strategy collaboration. Great information. He certainly didn't disappoint, did he? I mean, we could build a whole trading system around what he wrote. Um, let's see. Let's put this right here. Let's give it a clear shot and try to get it into our leapfrog. I'm in this trade on my right line funding accounts on my ETP copier. Trying to get it into my window. Okay, there it goes. All right, I took profits right there on that trade. We were able to put 250 across 5 accounts in this ranging choppy market. We got it looks like a signal A entry, which is that haymaker entry, nice and tight to the 50. Wrote it up for a $250 gain. So I'm going to disable my copier on these 5 accounts. We'll call it a winning day on those 5. And now I'm going to look for an entry on these other 5 on Apex. I am, Antonio. I am. We're just going to get a few trades in, and then we're going to go over the performance. I could show it while we're waiting. What I found using our ChatGPT integration was doing a look back. I'll keep an eye on the 30 range here. Doing a look back. First, the most recent is this week. These are our top 5 bots for this week. And you can see the ES. Oh, there we go. This is the move we were looking for. Big spike in volume. A lot of buying orders just went in. Let's see if this pushes through resistance. In fact, RJ I read what he wrote regarding the signal B entry, which is a breakout trade. One of the filters he likes to use is the volume threshold, which really makes a lot of sense. I really think that ties in to the market internals big time. When institutional money's manipulating a ticker, I think the first thing you're going to see are the volume. Let's see if we can get a leg up. 2,200 contracts a minute. Had a big week on the right line funding accounts. Really just waiting until about 9:32 or 9:35 and then enabling it and letting it do its thing. Oh, jeez. Oh, my copier. It actually. All right, I'm going to enable my copier here. I'm going to try to catch a long trade to the on this 30 range Nasdaq. I'm going to anticipate the break of resistance. Getting really nice volume here. Still waiting on that update from ETP. Come on, let's go. Let's take a leg up. Let's push on through. I would say, yeah, it is good to set it and forget it, and because I never touch it, and it's. Let me take a look at it again, Antonio. Let's see if we get a signal B right here. We need to pop through this area of resistance. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, pop up. Didn't quite break it, did it? You could see my 20U. Didn't quite break it. All right, retrace then. Come on down. Come back a little further. Come right back to the 50. Keep coming. There we go. There we go. Nice retracement. Let's get this pop to the upside now. Right back to support. Ah, that signal C, that pivot up above just filtered us out. You could see my signal C, it would have fired off, but I'm sure that upside resistance prevented it from firing in the trade. We need 60 ticks of clearance. I don't think we had it right there. Let me take a look at it a little closer, Antonio. But yeah, let me take a look at it a little closer. From August 1st to September 19th, the retirement plan is the #1 bot. It's been the most profitable, and we're going to take a look and see if there's anything in the time, because that's a significant amount of data, almost a couple months. Let me bring up my performance. So the retirement plan, I'm looking at August 1st to September 19th. If you're new to Ninja and you don't know what this is a trade performance. On my control center, I can go to new and pull up a trade performance by clicking on the new tab and selecting trade performance. And this will pop up, and now I can look from August 1st. You could pick your date range to today and generate it. And then with the use of this, it looks like a golf tee. That's the filter. With the use of that filter, now I can go and I can see the historical trade performance of each individual bot. Look at that ES8U. Man, what a perfect entry it took. So let's look at the retirement plan drone on the summary. It's up $6,100 from August 1st to September 19th. The max drawdown, this is the drone, had 4,800. Let's take a look. Let's compare it to the bot. The bot is the one that's optimizing the trading hours and adjusting the stop and profit targets. Let's see how the bot did. So the bot is up 24.37, and your max drawdown is 13.22. So you can see the bot is the way to go with a set it and forget it, Antonio. Especially if you have a smaller account. If you have a $50,000 prop account, then you couldn't trade the drone because you had too much of a drawdown. If you have a bigger account and your risk tolerance is a little bigger, well, then you could use the drone. So by looking at my drone, I can go to my analysis and I can change my weekly to the half hour of the day and always do your time based on your entry time. And then it's going to show you each half hour of the day when it does the best. And this is what the bot is learning. The bot is learning when to sit on its hands. The number one job is to sidestep the losers. So the bot is not going to trade when historically the drone does poorly. For the $50,000 account, Antonio, setting it and forgetting it on that retirement plan bot would have been good. You would have done really well. I'm afraid you would have pulled in a few too many losers on the drone. Hindsight's always 2020. But the drone, you made 6,100, but you pulled in some more losers. So if you were to trade the drone, there's certain times of the day that you want to stay away from. Mainly the open. If you that open was responsible for over $2,500 in losses, it just gets faked out at the open. So you can't trade that drone from 9:30 to 10. Other than that, you would have crushed it. I'll tell you, I'm starting to think gold is the way to go today. It's just popping up to the moon. Let me see why my gold strategy is not trading. It should be in my sim account. This one right here. It's not trading because it's not enabled. Jeez. Somehow my strategies became disabled. Would have been waiting a long time for an entry. So whenever I meet with our members, I always show them this trade performance metric because I think it gives you a lot of valuable information. It shows you which bots are doing the best on your computer. I'm sitting here watching gold fly, and why we're not getting into any trades. Yeah, the reason why, Tom, is because my kinetic data feed. I need to get with them. There's an issue with kinetic. Exactly, Antonio. If you're right in front of your chart and you say, "Wow, I love the way the market is moving right now, and I want to start capitalizing on it," then the drone is the one to enable and trade because that ensures, since it runs 23 hours a day, it ensures that you're going to get into the trades right now, where your bot might have blacked out that trading hours that you're in right now. So if you want to trade right now and you're in front of your computer, then the drone is probably the way to go. If you want to do a set it and forget it, or a much more conservative setting, and you want it to do its thing, then I think the bot is the way to go. Looks like we're going to retest this area of resistance again. My ES on the 8U wants to take off, um, but it also has upside resistance. It's breaking above the VWAP. My Laguerre is pinned. That's a great question, Duke. What I was mentioning yesterday was the Ninja Trader Continuum, not rhythmic, not the rhythmic connections that the prop firms give us. I'm not referring to that one. I'm referring to when you have a live account with Ninja and you subscribe to that. They have one offer that's the CME level 1. Well, now they have these add-on bundles. Let me see if I could find it. They have add-on bundles for the market internals. It's part of the Continuum data feed. And they've really expanded on what they're offering now. This is what I'm referring to. Sergio's working on this as we speak. We will be able to add on to our CQG data feed this Dow and key index has about 90% of what we need to run our market internals. It has those. It has the declining ratios. It has the uptick versus downtick across all of those key indexes, and it's in Continuum. It's an add-on that you can add to your current data feed. So we're working. Let's put this right below. We got into this trade. Let's see if we can get some follow through to the upside here. Come on, pop up. Pop up. Put me in the leapfrog. There we go. I'm going to take about 150 on my PAs and call it a day. I'll let my evals. I'm going to take my PAs off. I'm happy with the 145 per account. And I like to hit singles and just do it repeatable. Every single session, try to lock in a couple $100 across those PA accounts. The evals I can be a little more liberal with. So I was able to get, if I unlock this, I was able to get across the PA accounts about $145 per account. 145 times 3. So on a Friday, I'm going to call it a win and take off the PAs, lock her up, and I'll try to get another entry on the evals. I'm tempted if this market would just find a direction. I really want to get that ES8U leapfrog in the game. Going back to our numbers, the retirement plan, 6,552. We just discussed that. Going back just a couple of months, the ES8U scalper is up 49.17. If we do a little bit of a closer look at the ES8U scalper, I'll bring my trade performance back up. You can see the times of the day that it does the best. It looks like my drone is trading a very limited time. I'd like to open that up actually and let it trade more hours. But between 10 and 11 is when it's really crushing it. The bot is trading the same hours, 8:30 to 11. So we looked at the retirement plan bot and drone, the leapfrog, bot and drone, and then on the 20 Unorenko side, the sniper has actually been outperforming the Mac truck. We have two bots that run on a 20 Unorenko on the NASDAQ. The reason why we have a 20 Unorenko is number one, we like a diversity of not only instruments but data series, bar types. That's a higher time frame on the 20 Unorenko. It doesn't really get caught up in that whipsaw that a 30 range or an 8 Unorenko would. So even if the market is choppy, if it's chopping around but slowly going up or down, that 20 Unorenko will stay out of the whipsaw. Hey, good morning, Carol. Happy Friday. This could be a signal A long on the 30 range. My 50 is changing between red, yellow, and green. There it goes. I saw that come. Oh, it's a signal C. So let's bring our profit target right below resistance, and let's see if we can get in our profit window. Love to see it break resistance. Got Mark Miller coming up right behind me at 10:30, and Mr. David Wise, our options guru, at 11:30. Come on up. Let's give me a little bounce here. All right, Carol, I just saw that. I missed that. Congratulations. Awesome. Come on up. Put me on the board. Getting a little bit of some sideways action here. We got ourselves in a nail biter. Doing the old stutter step. Awesome, Carol. Come on up. Push on up. Ah, the volume is kind of low here, I'm noticing. We're at 290, 300. Trouble. Trouble, trouble on the eval. Not a great trading environment this Friday. You did a great job, Carol, passing that eval. In this market, it's not giving us some great opportunities, is it? Tom, hopefully next week I'll have my kinetic. Well, also we're at the simultaneously we're having another solution that I was mentioning with Duke just a minute ago by leveraging our continuum data feed and bypassing kinetic altogether. We really want to eliminate that additional subscription. 10:15. I got 15 minutes. I really think a meltdown is in our future. Friday, late morning meltdown. Interesting, Carol. Let's see what happens with this 20U. Once it gets through this 50, price action starting to look really nice for a short. Our retirement plan probably just went short. Nope. Oh, I want to get the registration link. Today at 1 o'clock, if you'd like to learn more about these automated bots, we'll be doing a live presentation at 1 o'clock. And I'd like to invite you, if you can't make it live, if you register, you'll automatically get the replay. Starting to set up for a short. Let's see what happens. As soon as this 20U, the chart on the left, as soon as price breaks through that 50, you're going to see my power play fire off a short trade. It needs 60 ticks of clearance to this level of support at 24,738. Sorry about that. What a beautiful move down that was. Here we go. Here we go. Get ready. There it goes. It popped in short. Little late to the party on this first entry. But this is a big test. If this 20U breaks that 50, we could come down and break support, get a nice move down. Equals. I think things might heat up for the next hour, 10:30 to 11:30. I think the bulls are running out of steam here. I just put the registration link in the chat box. The E-mini has done absolutely nothing since the time we started this live stream. It just complete chop, absolutely untradeable. These are 30 range candles. You can see from 9:15 to 10:22, there's nothing. Somehow this scalper leapfrog is still made $162. That's a miracle. Only levels to the downside. It has to work its way up first. Gotcha. So you're looking for a pullback. It'll work its way up. and you're looking for a retracement to the downside, and you're looking for whole numbers. Got it. This could be a signal B. You know what? I'm going to disable this. I'll tell you why. I see my 15 is below my 50. This thing could come right back down. This could be a nice signal A short, but on my 20 Unarenko, I'm still above the 50. So I really don't have a. Well, I jumped in. I was going to take that signal B, but my 15 was below my 50, so I decided to sidestep it. Let's see what happens. In 5 minutes at 10:30, we'll be switching over to Mark Miller. Mark Miller's session. If I don't speak to you before the end of the day, I want to wish everybody a great weekend, blessed weekend. Ooh, nice. Here we go. That looks promising. Big candle to the upside. Ooh, I would have been happy with that right there. Tell you, it's all in that higher time frame. It's set up perfect on that 20 Unarenko for an entry. It retraced right to my 50 and then it went back up into the trend. And my 30 range, I don't know if it's going to have the follow through, but it could have given us a $150 winner, it looked like. But who knows? It could push up all the way. The haymaker's on the board, 296. Today at 1 o'clock, I put the registration link in the chat box. At 1 o'clock, I'll be able to answer any questions you have on the AI Auto Trader. We'll do a review of how the system works. Hey, we're coming right up into our profit window here. Price action is looking good. Go ahead. Go ahead. Looks like it's running out of steam. Come on. We need a good stiff wind at our back. Man, this is a tough market. All right, everybody. I want to thank you for joining me. Please, on your way out the door, if you would, please like my video here on YouTube. It gets new eyes on our products and services. I like to think of it as job security. If you like my videos, I'll be back. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. This is the leaderboard on the PA accounts. We put about 150 bucks across 3 accounts. I call it a victory. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay blessed. Mark Miller's coming up live. It's 24/7 Miller time. Have a great day, everyone.